to Creative Yarnaholic. My name is Rachel. You can find me on Ravelry as RachaelOConnor, one word. You can find me on Instagram as creative_yarnaholic. You can find me here, obviously, and you can find me on TikTok as Creative Yarnaholic. Let's see, I will start with some whips. Oh, I'm sorry. Today is, what is today? Today is May 18th. I've been on vacation, so I hope that's the day. I'm going to go ahead and I have one finished object, and I will start with that. As you can see, I have one shawl here, and I finished its twin. So I have two of them finished. This is the Evergreen Path Shawl by Alice of Birch Tree. The yarn is Wool and Women fiber, and you can find the colors and details on my previous videos, because I've done it more than once. And this is for Andrea's wedding, and so I have two of them for her. These are going to be for relatives of her for in the wedding, and you can see the other colors on her Instagram as Wool and Women Fibers, or you can also look back on some of my previous ones to see pictures. I will go ahead and start with my whips. So I have some progress on my jelly roll blanket. I didn't get as much progress on this as I wanted to, but I actually finished this in less than a week. So I was very happy about that. It has worsted weight, so that's why it went by pretty quickly. So last time I was actually right here where my polar bear is. I finished all the way up to the top, and this is my 5th stripe. And remember, it's long. And I started the 6th one. And this right here is my needle stoppers. This is from my Advent from 2022. No, 2023. 2023, it was from Charming You. And hold on one moment. I will move my stitch marker, and while I'm doing that, I will say hello to my puppy. I hope you're having a good day, puppy. Last time I told you a little story about my puppy, so now I'll tell you a little story about my sisters. I have 3 sisters. They're funny. They're passionate about things. I think that runs in my family quite a bit. And okay, I got my stopper on. They also crochet, since I learned to crochet when I was about 12 years old, and it was in a church thing. And I don't know when they did. They could have had the same experience, but I don't remember. I'm old. It's a long time ago. So I went ahead and changed my stitch marker there. They know how to crochet, yet they send me stuff saying, hey, do you think you can make this? Come on, you can do it. I know you can, see stars. Okay, so I started out with this in this Wool and Women fiber bag that you can wear on your wrist, or you can just plop it down as a basket. Right now I'm just keeping all of the other yarns that I'm going to be adding to this blanket. If I did not say, this is the Jelly Roll Blanket by Kay Jones from the Baker Bears. But now that it's bigger, I'm actually keeping it in this bag here. And this bag I bought in Pennsylvania when we were visiting my brother-in-law and his wife. Hi, Deb and Steve. I don't think you're watching, but hi anyway, just in case. They have a yarn store, a local yarn store that's near them. Pearl of Wisdom? Wisdom of Pearl? Pearl of Wisdom, I believe that's the name of it. Cute shop, I loved it. If I lived closer, I would go there all the time. I think it says Joanne Lebo, but anyway, they I think the person who, one of the people who works there makes these and sells them there, and I purchased it because I thought I needed a bigger bag for something, and it turns out I did. Ta-da! I am using, since this is about ready to come out, I don't know if I ever mentioned, I am using 3.75 millimeters for this blanket. This blanket is for my husband, and I am holding the fingering weight double to create a DK because he wanted a thicker blanket. It is 72 inches long. I am a third of the way done. So I think I told you last time that I'm going to do 15 strips, and I have 5 completed, so I'm a third of the way done. Go me! Woohoo! Okay, so my next whip, I'll show you the progress on this one, is from, this is the Advent from Charming You 2023 Advent. This is where I was last time, and so I completed this square here, and I completed this one and this one. So I got 3 squares done. So it's getting bigger. This is just fingering weight. So I wanted the lighter blanket, and I'm going to be doing 99 squares, and it's going to be a 9 by 11, and so I am actually a third of the way done there because I did all 24 days, and I have added 3 more. So I'm over a third of the way done with this one. Yay, go me. And it is, I'm holding it in the project bag that came with the Advent, which I showed you that before. And in this bag, my next whip is, this is the Advent from Wool Women Fiber for 2023. This is the bag that came with the Advent. And in it, I have also completed 3 squares. I have not woven in all the ends on this one. I think I did the other one. So this one, hold please while I find my spot. Okay, so on this one, here's my stitch marker, or my progress keeper. I completed this square here, and I completed these 2 squares as well. So this is day 1 and day 2. And, oh, I'm sorry, day 1, day 2, and day 3. So basically I started all over again on those. So actually, let me move my progress keeper on this one. So my grandma on my dad's side, she was a quilter. She sewed more quilting than anything. I don't remember seeing her sew a lot of things, but she did a lot of quilting because I remember when we were younger, me and my sister, my oldest sister, we would sit down underneath the blanket, and we would, while her and her friends they would be quilting on the top. So they had these stands, and they had the quilt on there, and they started from the outsides and worked their way in, and they could roll the quilt as they were doing the stitches in between. Well, when they did this, they would poke it down, we would grab the needle, we would pull it through, we would poke it back up, they would grab it, they would do their knot that they were going to do in it. So it was a little adventurous. Poppy, I don't know if you remember that part, but I remember Lori and I, we would actually, my oldest sister's Lori, I remember we would sit underneath there, and I think we would giggle. So if I remember correctly, she poked me. My sister, not my grandma. I could be wrong. Lori, correct me if I'm wrong, in case you're watching this. Okay, so I moved both of my progress keepers on those. So the other thing that I wanted to go over is summer sock camp is starting, and I believe it's Friday. It's usually around the time that school gets out. Kay Litton from Crazy Sock Lady, every summer she has a summer sock camp go on. This year it's just, it's like last year. So it's just a knit along. It's not how many you do, as long as it's more of joining in the community. If anything, there are prizes, and I know that there are some vendors out there that have donated yarns, hand-dyed yarns, excuse me, hand-dyed yarns and project bags, progress keepers, stitch markers, and so forth. So the theme that she has this year, and we don't have to follow that theme, but the theme this year is actually the 80s. And you can go over and watch her YouTube channel, but the logo that she has is really cute. And since I was in high school in the 80s, junior high and high school in the 80s, then it was nice to see something retro or the 80s, some brought back some memories. I'll just leave it at that. So I decided that I would use this project bag because it just kind of gave out those vibes. And I decided that for summer sock camp, I'm going to start with 4 pairs of socks that I'm going to try and get going as much as I can. Lately, I've been riding the train to work Monday and Tuesday, which gives me a lot more knitting time, which is kind of nice. It's only about 40 minutes, but it's still time that I don't have to worry about traffic or anything like that, and I can just sit there and knit. Which, crazy enough, I actually was taking the jelly roll blanket on there with me because it was cool in the morning, so it was okay to do. And then on my lunch break, I could do a little bit more on it. But now I'll have something smaller to carry with me, and that will be the socks. So I'll be happy about that. So I think that what I'm going to do with this bag is I'm going to use this pair of socks is going to be for my Aunt Deanna. She has requested some socks, and I need to get some going. My goal for summer sock camp is probably the highest that I've done, that I've completed in summer sock camp is 17 pairs. I don't think I'm going to make 17 pairs this year. I would love to, because it runs through the end of August, I believe. And even though I have plenty of time, I know I'm going to have some other projects on the go. So I don't think I'm going to have quite enough time for that. Plus, I want to work on my blankets as well. Even though I think I'm going to work on the blankets more on the weekends, or maybe in the evenings. But these I will actually do during the day, excuse me, on the train rides and on my breaks at work in the office. So this color here, I don't remember what the colorway is, but I believe that this is recently from Wool and Women Fibers on one of the things that I knit for them, and I can't remember exactly what it is. Excuse me, one second. Thank you. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So the contrast color is a color, this purple is a color, and I'm pretty sure that this is actually going to work out pretty well. This will be my heel, toes, and cuffs, so I know that I'll definitely have enough of this one. Even though I believe it's over 50 grams left, I know that I'll definitely have enough to do both of those 4. So there is my yarn, and I am a 9-inch circular girl, so this is for, and I know that they don't watch, but for Ray of Needles at the Ready, 9-inch circulars. 9-inch circulars. So I am going to also use some of my progress keepers, and I'm trying to be in the theme of summer for that. And another funny story, the housing development that we live in, right behind us, there is, it's a water retention. So all of the drains off of the street and so forth, it actually flows down into this water retention. And then behind us, there is some neighbors, and they're in a cul-de-sac because there's some trees and woods off over to the other corner. So of course there's a pond between us and our neighbors. So we joke saying our neighbors across the pond. in this pond, there has been a lot of frogs lately, and I know because they are loud. And right now, I believe that the frogs and the cicadas are competing of who can be the loudest at night. At some point, they all go to sleep, which is nice, but just feel like I still hear them all the time. So this progress keeper that I have, long story short, this is, and I doubt you can actually see, oh, there you can. So it's a bunch of little frogs that are in there, and so I thought that would be kind of fun. So this is going to be my progress keeper on this pair of socks. My next pair of socks is going to be for me. Now this was actually a birthday present for me from my husband, and because I really, really wanted it. And it is the Zodiac collection. And this is in their Serendipity Aquarius, because I am an Aquarian. And this right here is the colorway. And it's really pretty, and it just, to me, it gives off the vibes of Valentine's Day-ish. So I thought it probably would have been more of water. I don't know, water, blues and greens, but it was not. So I have decided that I'm going to use this project bag, which is also a wool and women fibers. So I thought it was kind of fun. It's lollipops and candy, so that, to me, it, with the colors on it, it just gave that kind of vibe again for the theme. So here are my socks for that, or my yarn. I haven't figured out if I wanted to do, because it's self-striping, what color I wanted for the contrast. So I may actually look back on that to see what I actually want, because I don't know if I want a red color, a pink color, a purple color. I guess that's more of a wine color, but I haven't decided yet on which color, but I'm not going to start on those first. So, oops. And I think on that one, I will use this little egg. And that little Easter egg is from Sam's Tiny Trinkets. Thank you, Sam. They were really cute. And so that is another sock. Now my next one is actually going to be for my husband. And I'm going to use this bag here. And this bag is from Christy Archer Designs. She makes project bags every now and then. I liked how long it was. I got it only because of the colors. It was more of a Christmassy, but I just thought that the colors would be kind of fun. It is a snap closure, which I really love. There is a pocket on the inside, and it actually has her logo on it. So even though I'm sure you're not watching this, Christy, but thank you. I love this bag. I actually love all your bags. And it has a handle, so I could still take this to work with me as well. So what I'm going to knit for my husband is, I already knit a pair of these for me, but I'm going to knit him these socks here. And it is the Leo and Roxy anniversary socks. I got this yarn last year at the Kentucky Fiber Festival, and I already made that same pair that I showed you for me, but I still had some left over. So I'm going to make a pair for my husband. They might be a little short. I don't know. I may have to do 2 at a time on these, but this is the main color of the yarn. Then you have the white for the cuff, and then on his, instead of the green color, I'm actually going to do is like an orange rust color. It looks a little bit darker in person than that. This is kind of bright on there, so hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to use this color here as the stripe and the toe or heel, possibly the toe if I have enough. That way I definitely have enough of the main color. And then for him, oops, I almost forgot my other 9-inch circular. Here you go, Ray. Even though you don't watch me, here you go. And I am going to use this little Easter bunny. I gotta show you the butt first, and then a cute little tail. And just look at that. Look at that too. So cute. So this is actually an Easter bunny from Sam's Tiny Trinkets. And that completes this bag. Now I don't have all the other notions like the scissors or anything like that, because with that I actually, I only have a few pair. I think I have 3 pair. And when I take one bag with me, then I will just take one of those pair with me. Oops, put that inside there. Okay, last but not least, I started these, but I did not finish them as much. Excuse me. So I have them on here, and I'm going to take it out and redo it, only because I don't know where. It looks like it's just a cast on, but it looks kind of funky. So I'm actually going to take that off, and I'm going to redo it. And these 2 colors here are from Leading Fiber. And I got this last year at SSK. And these are for my husband. I bought them for him. And that way they're masculine, because he likes the masculine. Which is funny, because he tells me I'll wear the pink if I need to. If I run out of socks, nobody sees them. They're inside my shoe. And I'm going to put them in this bag here, which is a bunch of coffees. And I actually bought this at SSK as well. So that actually a little theme thing for me. And so those are in there. I haven't decided on the pattern for this one or the other 2 yet. This one I think I might just do vanilla, or I might do a ribbed all the way down to the foot. I haven't decided yet, so I'll keep you posted on that one. The progress keeper that I'm going to use for this one is also from Sammy's Tiny Trinkets. This one here is actually a chocolate covered strawberry. So here's the back side. You can see it's a strawberry. So that is going to be my progress keeper on that one, because it kind of matches a little bit. And this one, it actually, on the handle, it snaps off, and it's just on one side that snaps. There is no closure on it, which is still fine, but I didn't notice that when I bought it. I just thought that the coffee looked really cool, and so I thought I would actually go ahead and do that. So those are the 4 pair that I'm going to start with, and I don't think you can see at the top here. I have, oh, I'm sorry, that bag, I did not say that. I don't know if it has the name of it on here, but, sorry, my hands were a little full, but the inside is coffee beans. But it doesn't have a tag on there with a name on it, so I don't remember the name of the company. If I look it up to see who it is, then I can actually, it may be on my Instagram, so I'll try and link it if it is, because that vendor may be at SSK again this year. I'm sorry, I'm very, very hot. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed this on some of my other videos. I actually had some yarn up there, and that was what I had set aside for the summer sock camp 2024. So I had some of those put up there so that I had them ready and what I wanted to do first. So the next one that I actually want to work on is this right here. It is it's a Zobber ball. I like the colors for my husband. He was in the military, and so I think that this would be kind of camo-ish. So I'm going to try that out and see how that works out for him. Okay, then I have This is Freckled Whimsy, and this is also Serendipity, but this is called Godfather. And I'm going to make another pair out of this. I'm thinking of using this brown as the heels, toes, and cuffs if I have enough of it. And this is also leading mint fiber. This one I got 2 years ago at SSK here in Nashville, which is coming up. I think they're coming in July, so I like to go and I like to buy. They have 50 grams and they're the showstoppers. And I love these because I actually, every year I pick out 2 different colors for my husband so I can knit a pair of socks for him in those 2 colors. Now the other one is also for my husband, and we bought this at the yarn patch in Crossville, Tennessee. And this one here in the Infinity sock. And these were colors that he picked this one out. So it's a little bit more rustic feeling. It's not as soft, but I do believe that this is going to be more of a workhorse kind of a yarn. It is a 75-25, but I don't know. I don't remember. This is not superwash, I don't believe. So I'm going to make these ones for him as well. I have plenty of yarn here of my leftovers that I'm going to go through once I complete all of these. What is that? 4, 5, 6 pairs, 7 pairs, because I already put this up here. So with these 7 pairs, that's what I'm going to get started with. And then I can actually go ahead and work and figure out what I want on these other ones, because I kind of like some of these purples in here, and this one here is another one that I'm thinking of doing because it looks a lot like spring to me. And with these colors, it could be kind of a fall color, but it looks more spring to me. So I think I may do something like that. Anyway, I have one more yarn that's coming in the mail, and that is from my Fiber Friend sock swap. So I've already sent mine out to her, so I hope she likes it and enjoys it. And mine should be coming in the mail any day, and so as soon as I get that, then I will actually share that with you. We decided, the Fiber Friend sock swap is hosted by Rachel of Pearls and Polish, and I'll link both of them below. And Amy of, I'll put it across here what her name is, her channel. They're really nice. They're I'm new at watching hers. I usually watch Rachel from Pearls and Polish. This is my first year of joining them on this, so it's exciting. My swap partner and we actually had already followed each other, and she is from the state that I grew up in, so that was kind of refreshing and kind of nice. I'm excited to see what she's sending my way, and that's the point I was getting at. Sorry. We decided that we're going to knit Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. We're going to knit one of her patterns, and it's her newest one. I think it's called Whispering Winds, Whispers in the Wind, something like that. But we already have the pattern, and we're going to go ahead and do that with our sock swap. So that'll be a lot of fun. And I'm trying to think of, this weekend was Kentucky Fiber Festival. I didn't make it this year. I did enjoy it last year with Nitty Bitty Sisters. They cracked me up. Last year we rented an Airbnb and had a blast. We had a little cast on party afterwards, and so we were able to relax after the festival. We only went on Saturday. We ended up leaving early Sunday morning instead of going back to it, which is probably for the best, because I'm sure I would have spent a lot more money. So I missed out this year, which is fine. I'm still going to attend the SSK, which is the Super Summer Knitalong, with the Knit Girls, and I'll link them below as well. I want to say it's July 21st, but I don't honestly remember. But I'll leave the details in the description box below. Last year at SSK, I met up with Knitty Natty again. That was the second time I've seen her in person. The first time was at Bless Yarns. And meeting different people there. Michelle, hi Michelle. I met Michelle there last year. And hopefully I'll meet her. I'll see her again this year. Sorry I missed that on Kentucky this year, Michelle. So I guess I'll go ahead and leave it at that, and happy crafting. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe and like. I am happy to have all of you here with me, and for those who have subscribed, thank you, and I appreciate it. Happy crafting.